Ambassador Krelden of the Vorathian Dominion stood before the Galactic Council, his chitinous plates clicking nervously, as he delivered the report no one wanted to hear. The holographic display behind him showed a simple chart. Every major empire's military engagement history over the past 50 cycles. One species stood out with a conspicuous absence of conflicts. Humanity. "It makes no sense," growled Commander Zex of the KRYL Imperium, her 6 eyes narrowing at the data. "The humans have the smallest fleet, occupy merely 14 systems, and possess technology decades behind our own. Yet we all dance around them like they're a neutron star ready to collapse." The Galactic Council chamber fell silent. Everyone knew it was true, but no one wanted to admit it aloud. The truth had begun with the incident at Proxima Station. 50 years ago, the Vorathian Dominion had been the galaxy's apex predator. Their war fleets had crushed 17 civilizations, absorbed their worlds, and expanded their empire across 2 spiral arms. When they encountered humanity's small colony at Proxima Centauri, they expected another easy conquest. They set a standard intimidation force: 3 dreadnoughts, 2 carrier groups, and enough firepower to glass a planet. The human colony had a single outdated defense platform and a mining frigate. The Vorathian commander hadn't even bothered with formal surrender demands. What happened next became legend. The humans didn't fight conventionally. They didn't need to. Instead of engaging in a glorious battle, they strapped nuclear engines to asteroids and sent them careening toward the Vorathian fleet at near-relativistic speeds. They hacked into the dreadnought systems using exploits so creative they couldn't possibly have been planned, because they weren't. The humans had improvised them in real time, treating the invasion like a puzzle to solve rather than a war to survive. When conventional tactics failed, the colonists did something that still baffled military strategists across the galaxy. They surrendered immediately, then proceeded to culturally assimilate their captors from within. Within 3 months, Vorathian soldiers were listening to human music, adopting human slang, and questioning their orders. Within 6 months, the occupation force had effectively defected. But that wasn't what terrified the galaxy. It was what came after. Earth didn't send a retaliatory fleet. They sent lawyers. Hundreds of them. The humans buried the Vorathian Dominion in litigation, using the galaxy's own laws against them with surgical precision. Trade sanctions, legal precedents, and diplomatic pressure campaigns dismantled Vorathian influence faster than any weapon could have. And when the Dominion tried to strike back, they found their own allies had mysteriously withdrawn support, swayed by human negotiators who seemed to understand alien psychology better than the aliens themselves. "They don't fight to win battles," Admiral Krelden continued his report, mandibles trembling. "They fight to make war itself unprofitable, uncomfortable, and ultimately pointless. Every empire that has engaged with humanity has either been humiliated, bankrupted, or corrupted from within." The KRYL commander snorted. "Surely our might." "The KRYL tried," Krelden interrupted, displaying another hologram. "The Battle of Kepler 442. Your fleet outnumbered theirs 8-1. The humans tricked you into destroying 3 of your own carriers with spoof communications, then broadcast the footage across your empire's public networks. The scandal forced your empress to recall the fleet and execute half the admiralty just to save face." Silence again. "They're unpredictable," whispered the Selenium Hive Queen, her translation implant crackling with anxiety. "They don't follow the patterns. In war simulations, we can predict the Vorathians, the KRYL, even the sentient nebulae. But humans? They do things that make no logical sense until suddenly you've lost, and you don't even know how." Ambassador Krell then closed his presentation. "Which brings us to today's motion. The human delegation has requested permission to establish embassies in each of our capital systems. They say it's for cultural exchange." Every representative in the chamber shifted uncomfortably. I recommend, Kreldon said quietly, that we approve it immediately and give them whatever they want. Because the only thing more dangerous than having humans close by is giving them a reason to get creative about reaching you. The vote was unanimous. Outside the chamber, the human ambassador, a middle-aged woman with kind eyes and a disarming smile, checked her data pad and grinned. Humanity's greatest weapon had always been the same. No one could ever quite figure out what they'd do next. And uncertainty, in the cold calculus of galactic warfare, was the most powerful deterrent of all.